Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy II for the Nintendo Famicom. It's time for the finale. It's time to take on the Emperor. So before we do that, we're gonna check out all the stats of our characters, see what they're all equipped with. So, Fess there, almost, he overflowed his spirit there, so he's a spirit at 104 thanks to the white robe. Maxine, she maxed out her intelligence, but it rolled over past 109, so it just jumped back down to 99. So even if I took the black robe off her, she will still be at 99. I think despite the plus 10 that the black robe is supposed to give her. So, but that's okay. Her spellcasting is, really, really good. So. We've got Booker there. He has all the resistances thanks to the Aegis and Dragon, and he gets plus 10 strength because of the Twist Headband, plus 10 agility because of the Thieves. Almost maxed out his strength there. If he would have got that strength bonus from instead of Rickard from Mysidia's Orb, that would have been nice, but oh well. Leon there. Because I didn't get a chance to grow him as well as the other characters, because he was only in party temporarily. He doesn't have as good as stats. He does get the plus 10 strength because of the Twist Headband, plus 10 agility because of the black robe, and then he gets the protect ring that gives him some status protection. So you've made it. This time you will die. And we have the second Emperor. So as you can see, he has a lot of hit points, level 10. He has 6 really terrible spells that he casts. Flare 16, Blind 16, Curse 16, Dispel 16, Slow 16, and Starfall 10. Starfall is like the meteor spell in future games. Slow can be negated with Haste. Dispel just lowers all our resistances to everything, so it makes it easier for his spells to go through his Blind and Curse, basically. And Slow, because they affect the body and mind. Curse is mind, Blind and Slow are both bodies. So yeah, he's starting off with that, lowering our resistances, so not good. Slow 16, not much of a problem, because Fess can use the Mazmune in battle, and that gives a haste status to the characters, and that will override the Slow 16. So I started off by having Booker and Leon drink their the Bacchus wines. That gives them the Berserk status. So Fess then will use the Mazmune to give everybody haste. The Mazmune gives everybody haste 11, and the Bacchus wine that Booker and Leon drank gave Berserk 6. So everybody's going to be hasted. And Maxine will end up casting Berserk then on Fess. So then everybody other than Maxine will be Berserked. So Maxine doesn't need to be Berserked because she doesn't use weapons. She'll just be casting her spells. If you want to avoid the Emperor's terrible spells, you can have a Maxine use the Osmos spell and just keep using that to drain all his MP. Because as you can see, he has only 8 attacks at 100% accuracy. So for some people like, Booker, who has like 799% evasion, he'll be able to avoid most of the Emperor's attacks. Even like someone like Leon, I think he has like 599. So we'll have a good chance to avoid most of those attacks anyway. So yeah, the big thing is the spells that the Emperor has. But we won't need to, we're just gonna fight him fair, I guess. We're not going to necessarily drain all his MPs. That might take a while. We can probably just end up finishing him off with our regular attacks before we do the draining, so. But yeah, as you see, if he hits somebody with that Flare 16, because it's a single targeted attack and it's non-elemental, it doesn't matter that people like Fess, Maxine, and Booker have full resistances to all the elements, because it's non-elemental. It's still going to deal a chunk of damage. Thankfully, though, Fess with the Mazmune has no penalty. Well, he only has 5% penalty because of the Mangosh knife, but to his spellcasting, his white magic spellcasting. So his spells are pretty much always going to go through, especially with his overflow spirit. So, yeah, that's a good thing about the Mazmune, which is why I threw it on him, because it has that 0% magic penalty. So, you'll be able to revive Maxine, and then get her back on her toes with full hit points with a single casting of his cure spells. This is basically a free turn when the Emperor just dispels us again, because he's pretty much taken all our resistances away with that 16. Remember, just it only just it dispels up to level 8. After level 8, there's no extra benefit, so other than extra castings of it in case he misses a chance. But yeah, at 16, he's pretty much going to hit all our characters and take off all the resistances. So when he casts it again, it's basically just a free turn for us. So, but oh, here comes the little meteor spell. So this translation actually calls it meteor. So, the ultimate spell in Final Fantasy IV. So, it's the ultimate time magic in Final Fantasy V too. So, but yeah, I guess the original translation it was called Starfall. But same thing, hits you for non-elemental damage. But as you can see, it's not as deadly as Flare. So you can probably you know, multi-target a cure with Fess and heal everybody up. But healing isn't all that super important here. I guess it's more just going after damage. So. And eventually, we take down the Emperor. Fess, our hero, has finished him off. We've won, no rewards, but we don't need any rewards. The reward is defeating the Emperor and saving the world. Unbelievable, defeated by you twice? Let's get out of here. And we warp back to Finn Castle, where we will get to celebrate for good this time. You made it back. Congratulations. Buddy Paul? Wow, you're either brave or just lucky. Take care. I think a little bit of both. Well, Paul helped us. So did Layla. You did great. Keep in touch. And there's Nellie, Joseph's daughter. Dad would be proud. Now I want to help the princess. Joseph? We gotta get to see his ghost. We'll get to see some ghosts of some other party members. We'll work hard to restore what was lost. Let's hope for the best. And a lot was lost in this game. Most of the towns have been destroyed. War's finally over. Yes. We can all be together again. Right, Leon? And Leon says, nope, we can't. Not after all this. Guess he's just, you know, ashamed of, you know, what he did. But why? Wait, Fess, stop him. No, Leon is right. We'll meet again, Leon. And then he departs to go wander and I guess do atonement, which we'll see a lot of characters in future Final Fantasies do. They kind of leave on an atonement journey. And then we have Sid, Minwoo, Rickard, and Joseph. Well, other than Sid, in the bonus episode of the Game Boy Advance re-release of this game, it's called Soul of Rebirth, and it basically follows Scott. It stars Minwoo, but it stars Minwoo's the main guy. But he meets Scott, Joseph, and Rickard, and they have their own little adventure in the afterlife. The war is finally over. The Emperor, the monsters plaguing the world, and Pandemonium had all vanished. Peace is restored once more. Time will heal the wounds of war, but no one will ever forget the young heroes who saved the world. Our ratty heroes, Fess, Maxine, and Booker. So, this has been my playthrough of Final Fantasy II. Like I said, a lot of people don't seem to like this game because of the, obscure leveling system, but I like the leveling system. Then again, I like the Saga games, Final Fantasy Legend 1, Final Fantasy Legend 2. Didn't play any more of the Saga games. Final Fantasy Legend 3 plays more like a regular Final Fantasy game, with a regular leveling system. But the other future Saga games that have the experience-based level system, where like you gain experience based on actions you perform, never played any of them. But yeah, I like this the leveling system. I like how you can customize your characters, how you want them to be. Of course, doing them some ways, like how I did, makes the game a little bit easier. Like I said, you want to obviously build up, Maxine is, the female's base to build intelligence caster, but she can easily function with just a little bit more work as a frontline fighter. You usually want to always make Fess at least somewhat of a fighter so that he can get that agility to determine, preemptive attacks, stuff like that. But there's no right or wrong way to really play the game. Some things make it easier than others. Some weapons are better than others. But overall, I think it's winnable no matter how you really play it. So you just get to see a regular cast of the characters here. See some of the folks who joined us in our party. There's Gordon, Layla. That's one of the few surviving party members of ours. Yeah, it was kind of a grim game. A lot of destruction. Felt a lot of loss with your own party members. Because of that, they decided to go a much lighthearted way in Final Fantasy III, which will be my next Let's Play. Following this one, we start it tomorrow. It's definitely more lighthearted. We're these teenagers or young adults. In this next game coming up, Final Fantasy III, the things are going to be kids. It's going to go back to the regular experience system, but it will have some new things, just like how this game introduced a lot of new concepts to the Final Fantasy world or universe. Final Fantasy III will introduce the job system. You should all be pretty familiar with the job system that I've shown off in my previous Let's Plays of Final Fantasy V, 4-Job Fiesta. But a lot of those jobs that we see in Final Fantasy V find their roots in Final Fantasy III. And there'll also be classes that we'll see in future Final Fantasies. So thanks for following along on this Let's Play. Hope you come back and enjoy my future Let's Plays, including Final Fantasy III tomorrow. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.